Okay, we're back. And it's been just a few minutes since episode 3, so I kind of know what I'm doing. If you're starting, why would you start on episode 4? I don't know. Minimally, go back to episode 3, because we're just picking up from that. Ideally, go back to episode 1, and it'll take you about an hour and a half to get back to this point. It actually represents, in terms of actual work, maybe 15-20 minutes so far. I've spent a lot of time just talking things out. Okay, so where are we now? Oh yes, and if you're watching this live and you want to make a comment in the comment area, I will see it where I am now. I might not see it right away because I am a bit focused on things, but I will see it. All right, so, whoops. I'm just trying to make the text a bit bigger. Again, that's always good for a better viewing experience. I always forget these things when I do them. But, all right. Okay, so I did run this, the LSL, and I got this as a result. So I'll just give ChatGPT this information, and it will say, "Great stuff, you're doing so good." And we'll move on. All right. And let's see what it says. Perfect. It's executable. All right. Next, run the Apache plus CGI container with Docker Compose. All right. So we need to create a compose.yml, yet another markup language, for the app. So that's what we're going to do. So first, we're going to open the editor. So that'll be located in serve/apps/grasshopper compose.yml. And so we'll do that. So that opens our editor. Here we are. The editor is called Nano. That's why we use the command Nano. And here's our code. So we're going to build we're going to build one service called Grasshopper. It'll restart. It'll use the web network. And here's the volume. That's kind of interesting. Oh, got it. Okay. So site, I believe that's the local, and then user local Apache htdocs, that's what's going to be in the container, and then read only. I believe that's what that means. That's a guess, but it's a pretty educated guess. And then web networks web external equals true. That means it goes to the outside. So let's paste that in. So that looks good to me. X, Y. Okay, now let's see. There's the compose file. And there's the file we just created. Again, always verifying. Start the container. Copy code. So I'm going to change directories to we're actually there now. Docker compose up build. You have to do that first. You have to do the build, and then Docker compose PS. Don't know what that means, so I'm going to ask. Docker compose PS. List containers. Okay. Oh, okay. So, right. PS processes. So the the build. Right. So compose up. So it's actually going to run the thing, but it's also saying build it. and the dash D is detach, so that we can continue to use our terminal interface even though the program is running. It detaches it from this interface. So there we go. Alright, so what it's doing now, okay, it built the container from something. Okay. And now let's run the docker ps command. Oh, we should see it. We already ran it. Never mind. So let's go back here. Status up. Right, less than a second. Okay. And let's do a quick internal test from the VPS. So let's do that. So curl again, and let's see. HTTP grasshopper, that's probably not going to do anything. Expected output looks like C#. Oh, right. Hello from Apache CGI, right. So we didn't get that. Perhaps that's because... We got this. So containers up. Okay, so it tells us Apache is reachable, but the CGI isn't executing. Okay. Okay, so let's check the Apache home page. Oh, I see. So that's interesting. So I can make a request internally just by using the name Grasshopper. Okay, let's see. Could not resolve host Grasshopper. Okay, there's your problem. Your VPS shell can't resolve the container name Grasshopper because Docker's built-in DNS only works inside containers on the same network, not from the host OS. Right. So we need a host-side way to test the container without publishing ports. That makes sense. So test Apache from inside the Docker network. We'll run a temporary curl container. Okay. Sure. So Docker run, maybe remove after, network. We're going to call it web and a little curl image. Okay. Run. Okay, loaded it. Oh, uh-oh. Nope. Okay, we'll have to do this. So what this is telling me is that it wasn't able to find the actual container it wanted to use. So step 5.2b. Got. Oops. So this will tell me it's Okay, we can oh, okay. Totally something different. Great. We see Apache, and the 404 tells us my Apache config sets document root to Apache 2 hdocs. We mounted site to that path, but there's no index.html, so it returns 404. That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's test the CGI path the same way. Okay. All right. Okay. That looks pretty good. These are the headers. Okay, so this is the information from the curl command. These are the headers, and this is the response. Hello from Apache CGI. Looks good. Got awesome. Apache plus CGI is working internally. Now we'll expose it through Caddy at your domain. So that's interesting. I never knew about this way of testing. So this is a really sneaky little trick, right? Because what we're doing, we're creating a temporary container that'll disappear as soon as we're done with it. But it's going to curl, so the name of the container, so it's going to use network. It's going to be called web, I guess. Or no, it's going to use the web network. It's going to be called curl images. No, it's going to get from curl images the specific container curl, and it's going to pass the instruction to it to call this. And so, and then we get back whatever the result of that instruction was. So a little simple temporary container to run inside the Docker network. Huh. All right, let's edit the Caddy file. So we'll just open up the editor. This is why it's so easy to forget stuff, though, right? I'm not going to remember this again next time, but ChatGPT will. Okay, replace this changed MOOC block with all of this. Okay, so let's do that. So, mouse doesn't work in here. So we'll erase all of this. And before we say, we'll take a look at what it says, of course. Okay, respond, just a simple home page. And if it's CGI, reverse proxy, Grasshopper 80. So, the request, if the path is CGI bin, then the request is to call the Grasshopper container port 80. And we know that that should respond with the CGI script. Control X, save it, yes. All right, let's try it out. Reload Caddy. All right, we have to reload Caddy. Always have to reload Caddy. Caddy files reloaded. Test from anywhere. So let's first of all test on my local machine. Curl. And it'll come back with not found. Huh. That seems odd. It should have worked. Point three result was, so that's the error. Yeah, it's got to think about that. Okay, in my Caddy path, okay, so I should handle path CGI bin, handle CGI bin star. Oh no, it did have that. I'm not seeing the difference between these. Handle path versus handle. Okay, so let's go in. Right, handle path, which should just be handle. Okay, all right. X, Y. And now we'll reload reload Caddy. Right, did that, and we'll test again. Right click. There we go, that's better. And I'll tell ChatGPT we got that. Test 5.3 a 0.3 result. And that'll be perfect. Proxying is working end to end. Okay, decide how change.mooc.ca will be used. Does Grasshopper own the whole domain? Yeah. Keep Grasshopper under a path. Good question. Good darn question. I don't want it to be change.mooc.ca/grasshopper because that'll break other stuff. So I'm going to have to go with option A, and then we'll figure out if I want to do other stuff later, we'll figure it out. Option A, so Apache owns the whole domain. Okay, so we're going to create a simple home page. So we're just writing this to siteindex.html. So that's real simple. And now when I go to that page, wherever it is, I don't need this. All right, so change.mooc.ca. Change.mooc.ca is live. So that's not what I expected. So I maybe jumped ahead too fast. So that doesn't 404. Oh, and this is CGI bin maybe. Bin. Don't have permission. Okay. Yeah. Update Caddy file to proxy. Oh, I see. To proxy everything. Okay. So let's go into it. I was jumping ahead too quickly. All right. And all right. It's going to proxy everything. Right, so I think would I replace the whole thing here? Yes, I replaced the whole block with that. All right, good enough. So Grasshopper does everything, but I can interrupt that, I believe, right, with another command on top of the reverse proxy there, or something like that, right? There's going to be a way of doing it. Control X, save the buffer, and now we'll need to reload Caddy. Caddy, and then test. So let's test internally first with curl. Okay. Looks good to me. And so let's first of all, so we just do this. Okay, live behind Caddy, and then CGI bin hello.cgi, and there it is. Didn't really need 2 slashes there. It still works. Okay, that's looking good. HTTP status 200 for everything. Now, okay, we're going to make Grasshopper's volume writable. All right now, remember we said it was read only. It's certainly going to need to write stuff. So we'll switch to a safer pattern. We'll put code and content writable only if needed. Put data in a separate persistent directory. So we'll remove the RO. Okay. So let's change the compose file. Alright, that's easy enough. So we'll go in, we'll edit, we'll remove the RO, Control X, Y, and save. And now we recreate the container, changing to the right directory and then running the compose command. No services to build, right? Because it was built before. Okay. If it doesn't recreate, force recreate. I don't know if it recreated or not. It did recreate. Okay, good. We don't need to do that. Quick sanity should still be 200. Sure, it will be. And 200. Okay, still. Oops. Still 200. Moving along nicely here. Great. Prepare a proper place for Grasshopper data. Only this. Okay. Okay, I want to stop and check something first. You stop and check something first. Grasshopper is configured a single instance of Grasshopper can be used for multiple domains, e.g. change.mooc.ca, ethics.mooc.ca, www.downs.ca, etc. and uses a different database which may be served by the same database engine for each domain. I want to confirm that we can do this. All right, Caddy, okay, perfect. So Caddy wrote each domain. Right, they each go to the Grasshopper container and then the app. This is a very standard multi-tenant setup. Right, does Grasshopper select its site by host name, CGI script path, or something like vhost config file? I can show you the actual Perl code. In fact, we'll do it that way. So let's open up here. It's pretty standard everywhere I've done it, so we don't need to be fancy about getting exactly the right version. Grasshopper, oh, that's just CGI bin. Okay. See if I can remember. Again, it's been a long time. Visual Studio Code. We'll open it up in that. Okay. So, module load, filter input, get site. Okay. Our site equals Grasshopper site new. Okay, so we'll go down to Grasshopper site new. Grasshopper window. Grasshopper record. Grasshopper person, Grasshopper feed, oh, that's the Grasshopper database or something, right? Yeah. Grasshopper file, Grasshopper page. All right. Come back here. Whoops. There we go. Select its domain as follows. Configures it cleanly. Well, yeah, I knew I did build it like that. The host header is preserved, so Apache CGI will see the same. Okay, and that next step, add a second domain in Caddy. All right, good enough. ethicsmooc.ca, okay. E.g. ethics. I don't want to choose ethics. I want to choose something that's not widely used. Let's pick Plank. All right, and that's what we'll do. So we'll copy. All right, so we'll first of all go in here. Nano the Caddy file. Right. And so just copy this. Plank. So plank. Yes, and now we need to go change that in the DNS. So come back here. So we're going to, here's our new DNS address. So let's find Plank. Here it is. And let's edit. We'll unproxy it. We'll change the address. And hit save. And then again, we'll do the same thing for the IPv6. Might as well, you know, I mean, why not, right? So add a record, quadruple A, Plank, IPv6. We won't proxy it for now, we'll save it. Okay. Now, did I restart my... Oops, that's not where I want to be. Here's where I want to be. No, I need to restart my Caddy file. See, I'm beginning to remember some of this stuff, eh? Okay, reload Caddy file. Service Caddy is not running. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I break it? I did not break it. Okay, let's go back to the instructions. Okay. I'm adding plank.nuke.ca. Okay, let's see what I did wrong. Same clean minimal way. Okay, we'll verify. Right, that's correct. Paste. DNS is resolving. Add plank.nuke.ca to Caddy, only this. Oh, it's beginning to slow down. We're hitting the end of our context window, I think. So we're going to have to, yeah, this is the thing, right? ChatGPT, every exchange we had, it's remembering all of that, and once it gets too big, it really begins to slow down. So I kind of need to bundle everything together, and then we'll start afresh. So that's what we'll do as soon as we can here. Docker compose exec caddy reload. The second block underneath. Copy code. Oh, there's an unexpected. Okay, there is an error in there. Where? what it should look like, right? There's no matching opening brace. Okay. There we go. Huh. I guess formatting does matter. Interesting. All right. Reload Caddy, and we'll check and make sure it's running. I'm going to keep doing this now, aren't I? Yep. HTTP 200. Yep. And verify HTTPS. We're going to copy all of this and run it. And everything works fine. Everything works fine. HTTP 200 all around. Okay. Define a clean per domain grasshopper layout planning plus one action. Okay. Grasshopper does, okay, main entry point, and then each of the new entry points, data, and logs optional later. Right, I like that. That works for me. And then I'll have all the different hosts underneath. Kind of redefining Grasshopper, but it should all still work. If not, I'll only need to make the change in the one instance of Grasshopper for it to work, so I should be fine there. Yeah. So there's no point copying this. This won't just hit PHP. All right. Right, so we're going to make some per domain directories. Well, the real no guessing, no magic. Yeah, that's what I like. No guessing, no magic. So let's copy this code. So and we'll verify. So that's going to make a bunch of things, and let's verify. Copy code, find server. It's just going to try to find a directory 3 levels deep. Ah, oh, it's even going to list them all. Isn't that nice? Site hosts, yes. Data, and then again for each of them. Yes, I like that. That's beauteous. All right. Well, it seems to have picked up speed, so maybe we don't need to redo this, but I would like to have kind of a roll-up before proceeding, I would like to have a printout or have a document that lists all the successful steps we took with the numbering. We used to get to this point. Each step should describe the instruction and the verification of any. Alright, let's see if it can produce this document. Okay. Yeah, the SSH key, authentication, system preparation, security updates, fail to ban, configure firewall, Docker engine, reverse proxy with Caddy, okay, domain ownership decision, site writable, current state summary. This is now your authoritative checkpoint. Yes. And this. Okay, next one. You say so. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to call that the end of the episode. I'm going to download this. Don't know what kind of document. Let's make it. It could be anything, right? Let's download one of each, maybe. Markdown, Word, and PDF. Yes. He's step 2. It starts at step 2. Initial access. That's because you have step 2.8, 2.9. Domain grasshopper layout. Current state summary, secure cron integration, ready for multiple domains rooted correctly. Right. Very good. Okay. So we're going to call that an episode. And I'm going to take another break because I love my breaks. And I'll probably come back and set up Grasshopper for the real Grasshopper CGI deployment. It could get fun and exciting. And if it all works, I'll be able to consolidate all of my websites into this single server, plus be able to do some of the other things that I've been doing. So we'll see how it goes. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for joining me.